So Team USA lost in basketball. Does it really matter? Not really. Not really. But yeah, obviously we're reporting on the Olympics. And Team USA, in fact, did go and lose a game today. They lost to Germany, who were not particularly good. They were not particularly good. I will say, this team right here, with Derek Ahamby, Burdick, Ryan Howard, and Haley Van Lith, unfortunately did come up short. They were 5-0 up and lost in a game to... They just couldn't hit a shot. They just could not hit a shot. I will say, like, I don't know what it is with Haley Van Lith. I don't know what's happened to Haley Van Lith. Like, she was just firing mad stuff. Like, there were legitimately just mental L shots going up from Haley Van Lith today. Like, and yeah, they did lose in the 3-on-3. But they were not major favorites. They were not major favorites to win this. And the German team just shows that it's like, unless you have the best of the best of the best, if you are not playing with, like, if you're playing against a team that's more used to playing as a team than plays team ball, you're going to struggle. Like, if you looked at this team, this looks like 4 basketball players who have never played together before. And if you watch the German team, everything was, they had their set plays. It was a couple of handoffs into handoffs. Like, they were eventually getting open. If you would commit one way, they would take a layup. They just played better basketball and they hit more shots. For Team USA, it was let Ryan Howard go ISO ball. Derek Ahamby, I really thought she struggled in the All-Star game. Like, I haven't watched much of the Sparks. I've watched her kill the Aces a couple of times, but I don't know how impressed I've been with her this year. And Ryan Howard just had an off game. Look, Ryan Howard does what Ryan Howard does. She lets it fly. If it's going in, great. If it's not going in, she might struggle. But it was a pretty rough loss. And people are saying already that it's an upset to open up the tournament. It is just pool play. At the end of the day, they're going to be playing a couple more games. But this German team is not one of the threats. Like, I want to see what the odds are right here, because they're big favorites. So USA are minus 125 to win. So they're favorites, but not like crazy favorite. I know in the men's they're not favorites to win it at all. But like, Germany are plus 4,000. Other than the only team, by the way, that are considered better than Germany, or sorry, worse than Germany, are Azerbaijan. If I'm not mistaken, we beat in women's 3-on-3. In the last decade, we have beaten Azerbaijan. Ireland in women's 3-on-3. I'm pretty sure we've beaten Azerbaijan. And Germany, they're the only team that were that they said were better than Germany. This is a horrible loss. This is an absolutely horrible loss. I'm not gonna lie. Like, they're probably still gonna win it all. But if you're looking at the men's odds, they're not even the favorites to win the men's. I don't know who's on the USA men's 3-on-3 team. I think Jimmer's on it. If I'm not mistaken, I think, is Jimmer on the team? Because they've had some players. So the team for 3-on-3 is Canyon Barry, Jimmer, Dylan Travis, whoever that is, and Kareem Maddox. But at least if you're watching for the men, Jimmer's playing. Jimmer's playing. But like, yeah, this was a rough loss. And look, it's 3x3. It's not the end of the world. But 5-0 to 17-15 was rough. It was rough. And they could not hit a shot. None of them could hit a shot. Like, Van Lith hit a big she hit a big layup when they were down 3 to get it back to 2. And then I think Hamby got an and one to tie it. But Ryan Howard could not hit a shot. Burdick looked like she was struggling. Burdick threw a couple of bad passes inside to Hamby that were being stolen. And it is crazy that they lost that. And I still think even with Cameron Brink, they still would have lost instead of Hamby. But it's really tough when you're looking at the way the team has to be. Like, it's really, really tough. Like, with the way you have to pick your team. They can only be players ranked in the top 50. So by getting rid of Cameron Brink, because I think Cameron Brink was ranked in the top 10, but so was like Burdick and so was Van Lith. The top 10 ranked players, I think Brink was the only WNBA player in it. And you have to have 2 in the top 10 in order to go to tournament. So you would have had to, the only other players you could have brought was, instead of one of Ryan Howard or Hamby, you could have brought, for example, like Lexi, you could have brought Lexi Hull, you could have brought Katie Lou Samuelson. I think if they were trying to bring the best possible team, they would have brought Kelsey Mitchell, Lexi Hull, just with the way 3-on-3 is, or maybe Katie Lou. But probably be Lexi Hull, Kelsey Mitchell, Ryan Howard, and Hamby if you're bringing the best 4. But that you couldn't bring that team. And these were the best 2 players available out of the pool. But it is kind of crazy when it comes to Van Lith. Like, she was supposed to be as good as Caitlin. Like, well, maybe not as good as Caitlin, but the next best. Like, when she was at Louisville, she was meant to be a top 5 pick in this draft. Like, the draft was Caitlin, and then no guards were picked in the first round. Aisha Fair was the next guard from America. The draft was meant to have it. Dallas were not meant to draft JC Sheldon to play the 1. Van Lith was meant to go 5. Like, prior to that season, Van Lith was meant to go number 5, but obviously she's fallen. And like, the way Van Lith's playing right now, I don't see there being a situation where she does get drafted. She'll be drafted in like the 2nd or 3rd round next year, but I don't see a situation where she's a 1st round pick like some people have projected. Like, Pow Pow is a better guard, Olivia Ma is a better guard, and she's like this kind of combo guard. But yeah, quite a disappointing performance from Team USA. And look, I think they're still going to win probably, but like, they lost to one of the 2 worst teams in the tournament, and they can still come back to win the entire competition. It's not over. Like, you can always 3-on-3, any team can lose to anyone if they're playing badly. But you lost to a team that was, you are minus 125, and you lost to a team that's plus 4,000. Like, that's as big an upset as we've seen since, in any form of basketball, since the freaking lost to Puerto Rico in 2004. But look, I still think they can probably come back to win. But we saw it in All-Star break. They didn't even look good against the kids. So I don't think this women's 3-on-3 team is particularly strong, to be honest. I mean, that's the video. Thank you guys for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe.